Day 332 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 2351, first letter to appear twice. The difficulty level is easy, so don't even worry. You already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go on and check out that link in the description so you can get your some. Now let's see what the question says. Given a string as consisting of lowercase English letters, return the first letter to appear twice. Okay, it says note, a letter A appears twice before another letter B if the second occurrence of A is before the second occurrence of B. S will contain at least one letter that appears twice. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have S equals a string A, B, C, C, B, A, A, C, Z. So before we even look at the output, we can see that C is the first letter to appear twice. A appears twice as well, but we want the first letter to appear twice, so we can see that C is the first letter to appear twice, hence the output is C. Explanation says the letter A appears on the index 0 and 5, 0, 0, 5, and 6. Oh, sorry, yeah, because it is 3 A's. So the letter A appears in the index 0, 5, and 6. The letter B appears on the indexes 1 and 4. The letter C appears on the indexes 2, 3, and 7. The letter Z appears on the index 8. The letter C is the first letter to appear twice because out of all of the letters the index of the second occurrence is the smallest. So as you can see, that the index of the second occurrence of C is the smallest, right? So you can see that A appears here, but it doesn't appear again until here. B appears here, but it doesn't appear again until here. Whereas C appears here, and they making C the first letter to appear twice. We see the second C before we see the second B, and before we see the second A. Even though there's two A's right here, we have to remember that there's also an A right here. So the second occurrence of A doesn't appear till all the way over here, which is why C is the output, right? Because it's the first letter to appear twice. We see C here, and then the first letter we see again is C before we see any other letters. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. It's the same principle, but we're going to go through it anyway. So in example 2, if the input S equals a string ABC, DD, once again, we can see D is the first letter to appear twice, thus the output being D. Explanation says the only letter that appears twice is D, so we return D. So once again, in this case, D is the only letter that appears twice, so that makes it pretty simple. DD right there, it appears twice. Boom. It's important to note it doesn't have to appear twice in a row. It just appears twice in a row in these examples, but really we just want the first letter to appear twice, whether it's in a row or not in a row. So now that we understand the question, y'all, the solution is just as easy to understand as the question. Really, solution is very simple and easy to understand. So let's get into it. Now, to solve this problem, we're just going to create a set, because sets remove all duplicates for us, right? So we're just going to append characters to a set, and if the set we're going to append each character to a set in order. And so if we insert the character in set and then we insert it again, we'll see which one gets inserted twice first, if that makes any sense. And through the solution, it'll make more sense. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to create our set by declaring a variable called set. Then we'll say colon, we'll say set, then put the less than sign, put character, so it's going to be a set of characters. Then we do the greater than sign, and we can just say equal and put a blank array to initialize it. Now we need to iterate through each character in the string, right? We need to go through all of these characters. So in order to do that, we could just say for char in S. And what that's going to do is it's going to go for each character in S it's going to look at. Then we're going to open up the brackets. So we could say if set dot contains, open up the parentheses char, we're going to open up the brackets. And so with, hold on, the bracket should be outside of the parentheses, y'all. Sorry about that. Come outside of the parentheses, open up the brackets. And this is going to check if the character has already been seen. And I'll tell you why and how as we later on the next part, right? So, but if set contains char, then we could just return char just like that, because we know it's already in a set, and that means we've ran into a duplicate. Else we could come right here and we could just say set dot insert, open up the parentheses char. So what this is going to do is if when set is empty, there's going to be no characters in char, right? So as we're going through this, as we're iterating through this, we might see A for the first time. We're going to insert it in char because set is not going to contain it yet. So we need to insert it. We'll insert it into char. Now we have an A in our set. Boom. Then we're going to go to the next letter, B. So we'll come to B. We'll see B. Set does not contain B because we haven't inserted it yet. So we're going to insert B. Now set will contain the A and the B. Or sorry, let me just give you a better visual representation of what's going on here. So once again, we see A. A is not already in there, so we come right here and we insert A. Boom. Then we come right here to B. B is not already in there. Set does not contain B yet, so we insert B. Boom. Then we come right here, we keep going. Now we're at C. C is not in the set yet, so we have to insert it. Boom, C. Now we get right here, and set actually contains, or because we're, moving too fast. So now we come to the next C, right? And boom, now we see that the set already contains the C, right? It's already a C in there. So we could just return this next C that we see by saying return char. Boom. So that's how that works. Now, we're still not done though, because we still have to return something just in case no characters appear twice. So in order to do that, we could just say return, open up a string. We could put a space in the middle. Make sure you put something. It could be something. You could put an A, you could put a space, but it has to return a character, right? Because up here it says it returns a character. So you can't just do a blank string because there would be no character. So put a space or A or something just so it returns a character. But I'm pretty sure in all of these cases, they all will have a duplicate letter, or will always have a letter that appears twice. But just in case, just put the blank string. And now, or not the blank string, put a space or some type of character. Now let's go ahead and run this. Make sure it runs like it's supposed to. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. Look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. Those some good numbers right there. And I know if y'all been keeping along with the channel, you may have seen we've been doing a few easy problems in a row. And that's because we really want to make sure that we are strengthening our fundamentals and doing and understanding the things that we need to understand so that we could be better LeetCoders as we get into these harder and more medium problems. So right now, you're nothing without the basics. You're nothing without the fundamentals. You have to know the fundamentals and you have to understand the basics. And that's why we've been doing a few easy problems just to brush up on our fundamentals and strengthen those as we continue down our LeetCode journey. Now, with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.